And now we're live. Cool. All right.
Ah,
Welcome to episode 14 of Tap 3 to Counter. We haven't done an episode in a while, but we are back. And Josh is also streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/Tenshimutsu. So you should go watch that too. I don't know if he's going to do other stuff too, but well, we'll figure that out. Today's episode is going to be about infinite combos, but not only just infinite combos, our favorite infinite combos, and I think Josh is going to go first. So without further ado. Jesus, the hand signs, bro.
this is Tap 3 to Counter, and I'm Josh.
Yeah, no, I dropped that thing. I skipped. I feel like we were being too. I'm on
YouTube-y?
camera. Yeah, too YouTube. Fuck it.
YouTube-y?
I'm just gonna talk magic and have fun.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my favorite combo. And my currently favorite commander, Elsha of the Infinite. Do you want to go over the cards? Should we go over the cards or just go over the
just
combo?
read each piece and then explain why it works. I guess would probably be the best.
All right. Two colorless, Jeskai, 3/3 prowess. When you look at the top card, or you may look at the top card of your library anytime, you may cast non-creature spells from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, you may cast it as though it had flash. So it gives all our stuff from the top of our library flash. And then we're going to make sure we have Helm of Awakening for 2 colorless. Spell costs 1 less to cast, so it's all going to reduce the cost of all of our spells, everything. And then we're going to combo with Sensei's Divining Top, 1 colorless. Pay 1, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. Tap it, draw a card, then put Sensei's Divining Top on top of its owner's library. With this 3-card combo, we can draw through our entire deck or stop short and cast whatever we want from our hand or from the top of our library. So we cast from the top of our library with flash, not from our hand. So make sure you, if you want to cast something from the top of our library, you can pay the 1, look at it, and be, or well, actually, you can look at the top with Elsha, so you don't have to do Divining Tops, pay 1. So you can look at the top whenever we want, cast that with Flash, which allows us to cast Sensei's Divining Top as Flash, or with Flash as an instant for free, and draw through as many cards as we want and combo off. And gather up your storm count if you want. Elsha's getting prowess,
There
so
you go.
every time you cast Divining Top, you're jacking her power up. You just have so many combos right there. There's other ways to reduce the cost. There's other ways to look at the top of your library, but she allows you to cast things as flash and then gains power every time you do this. That's literally my favorite combo right now.
I don't know if you got to see. Have you looked at any of the Aftermath cards yet?
I am not.
Okay, so Elsha's been replaced.
Oh no.
Elsha is now in the 99. Because
What are we replacing it with?
Narset Exile or Enlightened Exile. I was hoping you would pick this combo actually.
Oh gosh. Okay,
so
I got
creature-
Narset.
I'm gonna read it, but you
Narset?
can look it up.
Yeah.
She's 1 colorless and Jeskai.
What's the total? What's her name? Narset.
Narset the Enlightened Exile. There's like 5 Narsets. It's a new one. Her first effect is creatures you control have prowess. Prowess stacks. So Elsha would be prowess. And then her next effect, when she attacks, you exile a target non-creature, non-land card with mana value less than Narset's power from the graveyard. Copy it, cast it without paying its mana cost. So basically, you freely cast from exile whatever you've already cast previously, and then that combo lives. So what you can do is you can tutor for the pieces and then tutor again because you can play it from exile to get the Elsha combo set up. With the except, you just need Elsha. The rest of it you can go get because you can enlighten
Narset,
tutor twice.
what is this? Narset Enlightened Master?
Enlighten exile.
Enlightened Exile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But basically, because you can recast from the bin, you're going to be able to go grab your tutor again. So I can tutor for Foundry Inspector. I can tutor for Divining Top. And then the only piece that I have to come across, because of the color restriction, obviously I can't tutor in green. Or if you have a way to get a creature to your hand, that's cool. You could do that. But you can basically tutor 2/3 of that Elsha combo. And on top of that, your Elsha will not only have prowess, it will have prowess again. So, so instead of braining them for 90, you're going to brain them for 180, which doesn't really matter. But to me, it's satisfying. I actually already built this deck, FYI.
Why?
Because I love it.
Why are you taking mine?
That's cool. I didn't take nothing. Elsha's in there, though.
Oh, man.
Dude, Elsha, though, she's key. Elsha and Monastery, Monastery Mentor or Monastery... It's the white one that makes prowess tokens.
Yep.
The prowess tokens also get double prowess.
Yep. I can see that.
Oh, man, it's so good. Narset, they really broke it with Narset. I love it. But your combo is dope. Like, it fits perfectly into decks with prowess and storm.
Right.
I mean, I can grape shot you for 90. I could grape shot for 90 if I want to.
I pulled off a grape shot was playing CEDH with Angelo before everybody showed up. So it was just 1v1. I played Kess twice and Elsha once, and I got the combo off and dug through half of my deck and just literally picked up half my deck and said, okay, here, I got 40 something cards, and then I was like, let me look for a win in this 40 something cards. Oh, hey, look, it's Grape Shot.
That's a win. It's a stupid win, but it's a win. I do 1 damage 40 times.
40 times. Oh, no, that's good. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Narset's always so good.
Well, my new Narset has all of the Narsets in it with Elsha.
Yeah.
So it's nasty good.
And copy it. So exile
removal,
target
draw spells,
tutors, card. Oh, okay. So, wow.
Sorcery,
so it's almost,
yeah.
Dude, it's almost like a combo between Elsha and Kess.
I know.
I love it.
I knew you would.
I'm so building this.
Elsha just leveled up.
Yay. Actually, I'm good, dude. I'm really leaning Jeskai lately. I want to build like 3 other Jeskai decks.
Well, it's the only one I have, but it's my favorite deck right now.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I built a rough draft in like 2 hours and then took it and played with Hector in them. It fucking moves, dude. Like, Narset is broken.
Because
Vinicus.
Hello. It's an attack trigger. So on declaration, it already pops off.
Yeah.
So you get to go cast something from your
and the prowess counts for the swing, bro. The prowess counts for the swing. So you cast the spell because it's before blockers have been. Yeah,
she gives prowess to herself. Yeah. So
prowess, baby. Oh man, because you can get the prowess tokens with prowess, and then Narset has creatures you control, so she has prowess. Elsha would also have prowess.
Make sure you put the Ember Claw Familiar, little Charmander, in your deck, so you can one shot 3 different people with your commander.
The damage. Oh no.
Oh, combos, gotta love it. What do you got, man?
Oh yeah, I honestly forgot we were talking. Okay, so it's a pretty common one, but I like to throw a little twist on it. So, Devoted Druid reads, tap for a forest. and then put a 1/1 counter on devoted, -1/-1 counter on devoted druid to untap it. So the way this works is you use Luxior Geheda's Gift, which is a 1-drop artifact that equips for 3. And equipped creature gets a 1/1 for each counter on it. So the -1/-1 counters count as counters. So every time you put a -1, you put a +1, negating it, infinitely untapping it for green. So the cool thing you can add into this is Energy Refractor, which is a 2-drop artifact, which is very cheap from Brothers War. And it enters the battlefield to draw a card, and then you put 2 colorless mana to add 1 mana of any color. That's not a tap ability, so it's just a filter. So you take that color or that infinite green mana and turn it to infinite colorless mana, and it fits in any deck running green because 2 of them are colorless artifacts.
Right. Okay.
So honestly, it goes in pretty much anything running green. Just for that, you can tutor in green. You can tutor the creature. If you're in Selesnya, you can tutor the creature and the artifacts.
Right. If you have, if you're running blue, you can tutor the artifacts as well. So
yeah, fabricate.
Yep.
Yeah, so Semic would have a pretty good advantage into this. You could use Trophy Mage to go grab one.
Is this combo in your Kinnan?
Of course.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Devoted Druid got bumped because because Kinnan is Kinnan. Basalt Monolith is an easier way to make infinite colorless.
Okay.
Because it only requires my commander and 1 other card, whereas this is 2 non-commander cards plus Energy Refractor to make it colorless or any color. So, if I was building I neglect to say that there's such thing as a casual Kinnan, but if I was building if I was building quote unquote casual Kinnan, I would put this in it. But for CEDH, I would only put it in decks that don't have Kinnan in the command zone or the 99, because Kinnan, he makes rocks tap for +1. It's just really good.
Yeah.
I keep saying he. She makes
ugly
she, but she. So yeah, infinite mana. I'm a big fan of infinite mana because if you get infinite mana and you don't win the game, you failed. So don't put infinite mana on the board if you can't win, because it's gonna get popped. It's only gonna run for 1 rotation max.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mine. So what do you got next?
Now, speaking of infinite mana, I'll go with my Najeela homebrew. So yeah, Najeela the Blade Blossom, 2 colorless, 1 red. Human warrior 3/2. Whenever a warrior attacks, you may have its controller create a 1/1 white warrior creature token that's tapped and attacking. Pay Wooburg, untap all attacking creatures. They gain trample, lifelink, and haste until end of turn. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Activate this ability only during combat. Oh, and then we have Hidden Strings. 1 colorless, 1 blue. You may tap or untap target permanent. Then you may tap or untap another target permanent. The key here is the cipher. So when you play this, you gotta cast this, and then the cipher kicks in. Then you may exile this spell card encoded on a creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller may cast a copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost. So with the Najeela on the field, you cast Hidden Strings at some point, allowing you to untap or tap 2 target permanents. And then we also have to have Timeless Lotus. So 5 colorless. Timeless Lotus enters the battlefield tapped. Tap it and add Wooburg. So Timeless Lotus can pay for Najeela. And as long as we have Timeless Lotus on the field, even if it entered the battlefield tapped, then we play Hidden Strings, we can untap it and then tap, let's just say, somebody else's creature, possibly opening up their board for free swing. And then Hidden Strings gets Cipher onto Najeela, we swing with Najila. As long as combat damage goes through, she deals damage. Hidden Strings activates, which allows us to untap Timeless Lotus, paying the Wooburg before the end of combat. So after the damage step, before the end of combat, we can pay for Najila's Wooburg, untap all attacking creatures, and get an additional combat, creating an infinite loop of infinite combats.
Right, which is everyone expects infinite combats when they see Najila, but that's a interesting way to achieve the same result.
I have not. I came across Hidden Strings randomly through a pile of cards that I had, and I was like, "This is interesting." I was like, "What could I do with this? What's a heavy combat deck?" And I was like, "Oh, look, Najila, heavy combat deck." And I was like, "What could I tap or untap to help pay, for the Wooburg cost?" And I was like, "Oh, look, hey, here's one that has Wooburg in it." And I was like, "Hey, let's pair this together, make sure everything lines up." And as far as I know, I don't see a problem with it.
No, I mean, I have yet to see any reason why it wouldn't work. We have a comment in the comments from Vinicus. He's talking about his combo for Contamination plus Relentless Dead plus Gary for his mono black mid range. It looks like what he would do is, because everything taps for black, and Relentless Dead lets you, when he dies, you could pay a swamp to return it to the owner's hand, and then you could pay X to return a zombie creature from the graveyard. You can basically, it sounds like you're going to bring high CMC black back and then Gary, and then ping, okay, and then just loop that, bringing back the, I'm assuming you pop Gary or sack Gary in some way, and then just looply bring them both and back.
Bring them back. Okay.
Yeah, you would sack maybe like Phyrexian Altar.
Oh, so what, kind of like they keep bouncing back and forth. Is it a back and forth thing?
No. I'm thinking because Relentless Dead you can put back to your hand with a swamp, and then resurrect somebody. Are you resurrecting Gary, or are you resurrecting a large creature, and then once you've resurrected a buttload of creatures, yeah, okay, Contamination requires a sec. Okay, I see. So you're basically sacrificing until you have a huge, large amount of black pips, and then just dumping Gary. Is that what you're doing? I'm guessing.
Okay.
Well, I'm asking him.
Right. No, but I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Because you can put it back to your hand, and on death, you can pay X to bring something big. So if you fill your bin full of big stuff, and then just bring 5 or 6 of them back at once, and then drop a Gary, that's the game.
Yep.
I would assume. I imagine he's typing to explain, so you can continue with your.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't want to miss his comment.
Oh no, yeah. No, that's pretty much it though. Just a homebrew Najila. Happened to come across a couple cards. And pieced it together. I haven't seen this combo. It's a little heavy because Timeless Lotus, is 5 pips. But in the grand scheme of things, if you can get it out and you're holding Hidden Strings already, Najila should already be on the field.
He uses Relentless to sack 2 Contamination every turn, thus killing it, recurring a large zombie, and then once his board is large enough, he then dumps Gary to murder people. That's a really good combo, actually, and it's not super expensive. Contamination's $35, but the rest of it's like $1, I think, unless Relentless went up. How much is Relentless right now?
Nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off again. He replied and it just clicked. That is
Lightbug.
Yeah, I was like, what is he doing? I forgot that Contamination requires a sacrifice, or you have to sack it. So he's using that upkeep sack to sack it, return it to his hand, and then bring a big dude back. So you could basically just mill a shitload and then start doing this and win. In the mid range, especially, it's going to work really well. But
Underworld Dreams yourself and then discard?
You mean Peer into the Abyss?
Oh yeah, Peer into the Abyss. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Underworld Dreams is the part that does the damage.
Right. Peer into the Abyss.
No, but for your Najeela combo, the first time you did that to me, I was like, "This is bullshit." I had to read it like 4 times. I was like, "Nah,
no way."
It's not on any websites. It's just
Lewisburg.
Yeah, I was like, "This is dumb." But
tap and untap, tap and untap.
Fuck you, man. That was awful. The first time it happened, I felt violated. Yeah.
You were like, "Oh gosh, Josh just leveled up."
Well, because I looked at the card and I was like, "That's not Najeela's Infinite." Because I've seen it. I was like, I'm playing Najeela. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And that's definitely not what happened. So.
No. Surprise.
Yeah. Shocker. But so my next one would be it's super fun for me because it's from Gooblians. I love me the goobs. Yeah. So goblins. For anyone who doesn't know that they're Gooblians, so you should start calling them Gooblians just to clarify. Squee the Immortal.
Squee the Immortal.
Sir, goobs. He's a 1 colorless, 2 red pips. You may cast Squee the Immortal from your graveyard or from exile. Then you need the enchantment for 1 colorless and 1 red pip. Goblin Bombardment. Sack a creature. It deals 1 damage to any target. And then lastly, the enchantment Alluring, which is the most expensive part of this combo. There are other ways to utilize Goblin Bombardment, obviously, but this one's broken. So the enchantment says, any player may play a creature card with total casting cost of 3 or less. Well, this is the old wording, but same difference. 3 or less whenever he or she could play an instant without paying its mana cost. So basically, I can cast Squee from the grave or from the exile for free at any point. And it's flash, essentially.
That Alluring is powerful.
Yeah,
wow.
See, the downside is it lets everyone do that. So if you're not doing a sack combo and you're doing a damage combo, they can flash in blockers.
Which makes sense.
Right. So it has to be something like this.
It has to be this. It's very specific. But that is an insane price.
Yeah, it's like $50. But basically, you play Squee and sack it to Goblin Bombardment infinitely, doing 1 damage infinitely until you win.
That's more broken than my grape shot.
Yeah. I think my name could be translated into Venesis.
Venesis?
Yes, but her birth name is Victoria. I can call you Venesis if I'm saying it correctly and it does not hit your ear horribly.
Makes me think of what was that one movie, Volusian?
Yeah. Venesis.
I think you've added too many S's.
I don't know, man. I wasn't able to keep her. Actually, that name reminds me of something from is it Helsing? I feel like that'd be a character in Helsing Abridged. Venesis. But we really appreciate you coming in, though. Yeah, but it's a super brain dead combo. You're like, haha, you can't exile. If you don't have enchantment removal, you die. Because removing Squee does absolutely nothing. So in Dimir, we all know it's super fun to get rid of an enchantment at instant speed in Dimir. You're basically fucked. Like,
super irritating.
Feed the Swarm is sorcery speed. So unless you have like a Valdekin on the field or something to give it flash or something to speed it up, you're still fucked. Like,
I can't. I honestly, with off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. Like you'd have to hold a counter. You'd literally have to hold a counter for that.
She said, try to say Venesis. When you say the E in the middle, it's like Venesis. Venetius? The Venetius? Venetius.
Venetian.
I think it's Venetius. Is that right?
Venetius. Venetius?
I'm gonna call you Vinny. Venetius is my new favorite.
Venerated
Oh,
Rot Priest.
What?
Venerated Rot Priest.
What
I
a
don't
what a random spout out.
Vinicius. Sorry.
Venetius. That's.
I'm totally
Did
butchering.
you just say gringos? I'm not a gringo. Get out of here.
What?
Gringos can't handle your name. You see the flag back here? That is a Puerto Rican flag, madam.
I'm very white.
Well, I'm very half white, so boom.
Boomsies.
I've just never heard that name before. Like anyone in my family is like, I have like Melissa or John, because for some reason they named like really white names. But anyway, I guess it is Josh's turn to do. Is that second combo or third? It's third combo now, right?
Third combo. My last combo.
Last pack magic.
Last pack.
It's all
right.
coming together.
This one is another homebrew that I again saw a card and was like, this seems interesting. What can I do with this? How can I break it? So we got Morog, Fury of Akum.
Coom.
4 colorless, 2 red pips. Legendary creature, Minotaur Warrior, which warriors go in Najila. 6/6. Each creature you control gets +1/+0 for each time it has attacked this turn. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. At the beginning of that combat, untap all creatures you control. And then Ruin Ghost. 1 colorless, 1 white pip. Creature spirit. 1/1. Pay 1 white.
Racist.
And tap. Exile target land you control, then return it to the battlefield under your control. So the idea here is that you have Morog out on the field, you have Ruin Ghost out on the field, and with Ruin Ghost out on the field, hopefully you have a way to pay for the 1 white.
A single land.
Single land. I really hope that that's out there.
Whoa, it's like my infinite combats would be helpful, or infinite mana might help here.
Oh my goodness. No, but because it has to be a land. It has to be landfall. So hopefully you have at least 1 white plane out on the field. And the idea here is you tap it, pay for Ruin Ghost's tap effect, exile the land that you just tapped, and then it comes back in, re-entering battlefield, triggering Morog, giving you an additional combat. You swing, and then untap all your creatures, because it doesn't say attacking creatures, it says untap all creatures you control, which untaps Ruin Ghost, and then do it again, because guess what? It's another main phase. And it doesn't say, Morog doesn't say first main phase, it just says main phase. So you can do that infinitely.
Right, and the infinite druid combo from my first combo fits in there perfectly because you can make infinite colored mana to pay the cost as long as you have 1 land. So unless they're playing Armageddon at instant speed, they fucking lose.
That's true. Yeah. If you can convert the color, which in let's just say in a weird instance, you have the infinite mana combo out there, and you have and to get Ruin Ghost out, you used part of that. I guess you would tap. You could just tap a forest, and then infinite color, and just pay for the.
Yeah. You would convert it to infinite colored mana, and then pump that into Ruin Ghost to flicker your same mana over and over.
As long as, but here's my question to you on that one. When you're moving from phase to phase, because you move from main phase to combat, main phase to combat, main phase to combat, can you keep doing that?
Yeah, because you can. Yeah, you can't float it. So when you change phases, you'll lose it. But because it's a mana ability, you can activate it at any time because it doesn't use a stack. I can move to combat and then start activating it for new mana in the combat phase and keep doing that. It's fine.
Well, no, because you want to wait till the next main phase. So
yeah, at any point I can activate it because it's a mana ability. It doesn't use a stack.
Okay.
There, Dustin Hitchcock came in and said, actually, hang on, it's Vinicius, I think. I'm gonna try one more time. Vinicius. Shut up. Fuck you.
We're gonna shoot this.
I'm never gonna let this go. I'm gonna call this person one day and be like, tell me how to say your name. Dustin Hitchcock came in and said that any combo that uses Safi, never heard that nickname for something, is the best combo. Simple as that. All of their opinions are wrong. Then he was like, I lied. Karmic Guide is just better. Way more uses in a pod than Kiki Jiki.
Oh, Kiki.
Oh, okay. And Kiki. No, I lied.
What? Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna have to explain. I don't play 2-card combos. I have Torbrax that made a turbo draw Shadowborn Apostle. Pain. I never saw a deck draw so many cards that turn. Well, you obviously haven't seen a Kirk with Adnogs and just drilled through the whole fucking thing. Draw the whole damn deck on turn 1 if you play Adnogs.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Safi, Eric's daughter. I actually don't know that card off the top of my head.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah, me too. That's what we get for having combo episodes. Oh, okay. Selesnya, Legendary Human Scout. Sacrifice it. When a target creature is put in your graveyard this turn, return that creature to the battlefield. That's interesting. I'd like to see some combos with that. I bet there's a bunch of rules on this too, isn't there? Is there a bunch of rulings? I feel like there's gonna be. Oh, only 2. Safi can be the target of its own ability. Infinite ETBs, baby.
Nice. Safi? How's that spelled? S-A-P-H?
Actually, how would you run that? It doesn't sound... Hang on. It's S-A-F-F-I space E-R-I-K. I'll just put it in your chat. Hang on. There you go.
This Selesnya sacrifice. Okay, I went target creature.
Ooh, Sun Titan and Karmic Guide. I love that card. Sun Titan is my boy.
Oh. So she just keeps coming back. That's pretty cool.
I could share my whole Naya combo EDH list. Please put it in the comments, dude. I love seeing new stuff. It's not like, I mean, we talk about Magic and I do a lot of commander battles and cards of the day and shit like that, but by all means, we do not know everything about Magic, and I do not feign to. Where am I from? As in, where am I born and raised, or where's my family from? Because my family is from Puerto Rico, but me is from Western North Carolina in the United States, and we both live in Florida. And I don't know where Josh is from. From the mountains of Caucasus.
From the green and gold.
Yeah, I hate you so much that you had a fucking Packers game. It's like on my bucket list. You're like, oh, we win every Saturday.
Born and raised.
I hate you. All right, let's go into my last combo, which is one that everybody should know, but I like to throw a little extra flair on it. So everyone knows you can take Phyrexian Arena and sack Gravecrawler to it to get infinite sack, infinite ETBs, infinite death. But you can also throw Necro Duality on it on the field, which when you recast your Gravecrawler, it will give you a second Gravecrawler, which will then net you infinite mana, which is super important. Once again, my favorite. 90% of my decks that go infinite don't have infinite win cons. They have infinite mana so that I can play fun win cons. I have like 5 decks that combo off crazy hard, so like Heliod and Walking Ballista. Shit like that. And then everything else, Kinnan obviously in my CEDH. But everything else is, I want infinite mana so that I can play like 40 fucking things and dome you for 1,000. Like, I'm just, my Atraxa deck has the Kinnan Infinite in it. So I play all creatures in my deck, and then I play a Chroma's Memorial and I have flying haste, protection from red and blue, and all the other keywords to fucking just dome you for a lot.
Technically, if I'm not wrong here, with Necro Duality, you technically also create infinite tokens that you could technically swing with as well.
Well, Necro Duality will make a token copy of Gravecrawler, but in order to get the infinite mana, you have to sack both, because it will net you one free one you didn't pay for to recast. So yeah, so you pay one swamp for Gravecrawler, the token you made will sack for any color mana, and then you don't have to use it, because when you recast Gravecrawler, it'll make another one. So you don't actually get infinite tokens, because you have to sack them to make the infinite mana.
Yes, to get the infinite mana. But you could technically just do the regular combo between Phyrexian Arena, or Phyrexian Altar, and Gravecrawler. Do that a bunch of times, right? Make an infinite, or a million tokens, and sacrifice them at any point for additional mana. Or you could just swing with them and be like, okay, and then somebody does something stupid, and then you go, okay, I'm going to sacrifice all of them, and then boom you.
You could, if you can give them haste, because they can't block, so you're going to die. So,
okay.
So if you can give them haste, sure, yeah. You could definitely do infinite tokens. I like infinite mana better, because I run sack damage. Like no, in my I don't run mill in that deck. How dare you? I run Scarab God, and in my Scarab God deck, I run a lot of when a target creature dies, each player loses 1 life, you gain 1 life, that kind of shit. So once they start sacking Gravecrawler, you're fucked. Like if Gravecrawler is on the board with Phyrexian Arena or Altar, I'm winning that turn, or I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
So I suggest you pop Altar if you can. Nature's Claim my Altar at like upkeep. So,
yeah.
Like as soon as you can.
Pop the Altar or exile Gravecrawler so it can't just keep coming back.
Well, right, because on the stack I can just sack it. So if you don't do it before I can sack it, you're fucked.
Yeah, it have to be like at instant speed.
It'd have to be at instant speed, and it had to be before Gravecrawler hits the board. So if you see Phyrexian Altar, I don't play it anymore. See, my biggest problem with that deck was I was like, I'm going to set up the turn before.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, because you can't. You could sack it on top of the trigger.
Yeah, in response.
Like, targeting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Vinicius. I'm saying Vinicius. That's what we're doing. Vinicius said they only play mono black. They've never played a zombie tribal, but they use a lot of zombie synergy. Okay. In their main deck, they have 14 zombies, and 4 of them are zombie matters effects like Gravecrawler, Graveborn Muse. But your commander makes zombies. Which commander are you running? Because that sounds fun. Mono black. Yeah, mono black zombies. That's where I started. Dimir zombies is where I started. But yeah, Gravecrawler is busted.
So mad at that deck.
Yeah, that was because I was still learning how to build one. Like my Scarab God is actually dope. I pop off. It's about 50% win, and that's me losing interest in not finishing tuning it. I keep it because I have the secret lair commander, and at this point, there's no point in busting it up. But Dustin Hitchcock just commented and said, "This is unfortunate. I cannot get into my mana box, which has his list. However, he can name most of the combos." Yeah. I mean, by all means, man, comment combos. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about Magic.
Yep. Drop combos in the comments and give us more ideas and more things to talk about.
More things to beat our shit out of our friends with.
Oh.
Yes. Like, I'm definitely going to look into that, the combo that Vinicius posted. I have it in the chat. Hang on, where is it? Relentless Dead. Because I have Contamination and Gary in my mono black already. So adding Relentless Dead does not seem like that big of a stretch, and that will be annoying in the best way. And then I want to look for that Safi too, because that sounds like it's promising.
Yeah, I've seen a couple Safi combo posts before, so it's definitely out there.
Vinicius said she uses Liliana, the heretical healer. Heretical. Like a heretic, but with an AL. Wow, why is it so hard to say? Hey, if you're at the point where you're building, apparently everybody says it's a meme, but in her opinion, it's a challenge to build around. If your friends aren't able to wipe you with a deck that should be a meme, that means you're just bringing yourself down to their level, which is you should feel good about it. Let them talk shit. Who cares? If you're playing a commander that shouldn't work and you're still holding your own, they should feel bad. Like when we first started playing Hector.
Well, again, I mean that's man, I go back to our early games with him, and I'm like,
we sucked.
no, I'm like, this guy didn't hold back at all. And we could go back to our other podcast with Anthony where we talk about knowing your pods. Lowering yourself down and basically maybe handicapping yourself sometimes isn't necessarily a bad thing. Hey, you want to play with that pod and you don't want to, rip them a new one every single time, then don't play for fun. That's what this is all about.
I mean, I played with Christian and my girl the other day, and I showed them turn 4 win in Heliod and let the game run to turn 10 because I wanted everybody to play.
Yeah,
I had Infinite, Triskelion, and Ballista in my hand at the time. I could have just won. I told him I put Triskelion on the board. Nobody could answer it, and I said, if anybody messes with me, I'm going to kill you now. So they just played each other until they had to swing at me, and then I killed both of them.
Yeah. Looking back on those earlier games when we were just starting, and he's popping off with Underworld Breach Infinites, and I'm like, knowing what Underworld Breach does,
now
and knowing that it's CEDH level, I'm like, he was playing CEDH decks with our brand new back to the game dinky little decks.
Well, I was talking to him the other day, and he has a new respect for the decks that you're building now, though, because he said that they feel very combo centric and fast. Like you're trying to combo off as fast as possible, which is what we're trying to do. So it's not, it's not like it's a lie. But
no.
So now he's building with combo.
Very straight. What's that?
He's building with specifically your comboing off in mind.
Oh,
just funny. Oh man, he's like, yeah.
If that's the focus, if that's like Elsha, the focus is combos, infinite combos. Elsha of the infinite. I'm trying to combo off. Najila, I mean, she has infinite combos. I built an entire deck around, or she has infinite combats. I built an entire deck around that premise, infinite combats. Because she's not the only one in there. There's like probably 4 or 5 combos that I have in that deck based around her. Well, because she's the commander. But I have Godo. Yeah, Godo, the Bandit Warlord. Godo. Yes, Godo, the Bandit Warlord. Helm of the Host combo in there. And then I have the Morog combo in there.
Sean,
also, I have at least one more in there.
Our contest winner from the first contest, Sean.
Oh, okay.
He just said what sites are best to look for infinites. Honestly, you can get them on all the sites, but I find that when you dump it into Google, you get so many options that what I do is I take the top 5 options. So let's say I look up infinite MTG combos. Obviously, I learn a lot of them myself, but if I'm looking for something specific, I'll type in what combo I'm looking for, and then I'll look at the top 3, which is always going to be your tapped outs, your card realm, draftism, MTG rocks, EDH rec, crap like that.
One of the ones that I found that I like and use is MTG cardsrealm.com.
Is that the one where you feed your deck in and it tells you all the combos?
Realm.com. No. So this one, like the way I use it, I use the advanced search I type in the name of the card that I'm specifically looking for a combo with, type in the colors that I'm using. So this is how this helped me build Elsha and Najila, because those were two very combo eccentric commanders, and I was just starting to get into combos. So I wanted to look up what were the most common combos for those cards. Typed in selected the colors, and then there's other check marks. You can see what's a win on the spot, infinite damage, storm, infinite mana, stuff like that.
Yeah, it has like the tags on it, right? The ETB, death,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah, so I like that one. It helped me build two decks that I literally knew nothing about going into them, and gave me a good starting point. And then I built off of that and was like, okay, what else do I want to put in here? Because I mean, that's only going to take up a couple of cards inside a 99 card deck. So
right, Vinicius. Or Vinicius. Damn it. I'm never going to get that right. My soul hurts. In our old LGS, there was a guy that was playing, after 1 month of playing, bought a CEDH Najila, which you reminded her of from your Najila. And basically, it was MTG Cards Realm. Basically, he wanted to play with other people that were starting, and no one wanted to play because he was busting out CEDH. And that really boils down to what we talked about in a previous podcast about, one, knowing your pod, and two, rule zero is really important. Like, you can't just brain some new kids because I spent $2,000 on a CEDH deck and they don't know how to identify it, so you combo off turn 2 80 times in a row. That's not fun for them. It's not going to make them want to play the game, and it's just not a good environment for everyone who's playing. So people who are doing that are kind of dicks, in my opinion. Like, we played in some heavier games than we should have when we started, but to be fair, we were also asking for the heavier games, so it was all fair in love and war with us. But generally, you need to be upfront with new people, otherwise they're not going to stay players.
Exactly. Yeah.
But Sean said it was mtg.cards realm.
Cards Realm. Yeah. mtg.cardsrealm.com. Yep.
Dustin Hitchcock said prepare for info dump, because he pulled out his deck to talk about his Naya deck combos.
Nice.
He explained it again and then goes, now I do dump time. Sean said sweet thanks. Everybody hates him because he's an asshole. Everybody hates him because he plays CEDH with the equivalent of a small child.
Oh.
Well, people who've only been playing the game for a month or 2 months, they barely understand what the stack is, let alone how priority works, or the phases of a turn, like the simple things that we just take for granted when we're playing a game, like you don't even stop to talk about anymore. It's confusing for them. Like, I've seen a lot of new people, and so have you, come up and play this game, and it's just not fair to, well, I mean, it sounds like a whiner, but it's not cool to beat somebody who doesn't know how to play. Teach them how to play and then beat them the right way. Like, I'll make you cry after you know how to play.
Yes. Let me teach you about the stack real quick, and then priority, and then I'll combo off. So.
Dustin's a man after my heart. Stack outlets for his deck. Goblin Bombardment, beautiful. Altar of Dementia, Ashnod's Altar, also beautiful. Blasting Station, that's a good land. I believe it's land, right? Is it artifact or is it land? I think Blasting Station is land.
I thought it was land. Yeah.
Station MTG. I think it's land, but I don't want to be.
No,
No, it's an artifact. What am I thinking of? What's the one where you pay into it and you destroy? There's a land that's got a similar.
It is a blasting something, I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's not blasting something.
No, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Where you pay X and X is the cost of the
I don't think
creatures
it's
you
a
destroy.
sack. I don't think
Blast
it's a
Zone.
sacrifice.
Blast Zone. It's Blast Zone. Yeah,
yes,
there
that's
it. So his sack outlets are Blasting Station, Phyrexian Altar, beautiful. Creatures you're abusing are Vizier of Remedies, Devoted Druid, beautiful. Kitchen Finks. Other creatures that don't go with Vizier are Revelark, Renegade, Rallier, Karmic Guide, Sun Titan, and Safi. God, Sun Titan, Safi, Karmic Guide. That sounds awesome. If you're ever in Florida, I would love to play with you. The Naya Reanimator is oftentimes what friends call his deck. Priority is advanced stuff. Our group ignored it until we started researching it. This is Crystal Williams saying that priority is pretty advanced stuff. Most games tend to ignore it, which is true. It is a higher level of the game. A lot of people just play in response, which is not true. There's a lot of nuance that, especially when you get into the CEDH level, because you have to play with the stack. Like it's not optional. People don't ignore it in that level.
And you got to be able to, you got to learn to pass priority from player to player in order.
Yeah, instead of does anybody have anything?
Right.
And then they're talking about holding priority too. Like new players, their minds are exploded whenever you hold priority on them for the first time. Yeah, you didn't say the metric. I hate this hacker shit. But yeah, Crystal, you're 100% right. It is definitely one of the more higher level aspects to the game. And Dustin, thank you, the artifact. I was thinking of Blast Zone, which is that dumb board wipe land. Venesius made a blunt out of a banana peel, and her boyfriend put it in the jungle, the mighty jungle, to play as he's dancing while smoking a blanana. This is perfect. Yep, new best friend. Crystal Williams runs a vampire deck. What's your commander, if you don't mind me asking? Are you running Edgar, or did you go Alinda, or what? Venesius said that her playgroup doesn't play CEDH but use priority. It's like, yeah, you don't have to play CEDH to use priority and the stack. It's just, it was a good example of a place where it's unacceptable not to use the priority and stack, because if you're not playing like that, they'll literally have you ejected from a game. Like if you're playing it like an event, a judge will be over there quickly. Andrew Wilkerson is talking about Phyrexian Altar, Ayushi, and Slimefoot and Squee go infinite. I like that you used a new card. That's dope. Yeah, I mean, if you want to throw them in there, Dustin, by all means. Ange. Is that the Rakdos vampire? Not the Madness one? Yeah, that's the Rakdos vampire, correct? I feel like you should window my chat so that you can read some of these, because this is kind of
Nah, I'm good.
Well, they're talking to you too, motherfucker.
Oh man, don't sleep.
Oh man, but yeah, I think that was. I don't even remember what combo I did. Oh yeah, this all started with the Maid of Dishonor. It's sneaky evil. I love it. Yeah, this whole conversation started with the Gravecrawler Infinite. But some of the ones that they're listing in chat are awesome. Like, I really do want to check out the what was it? The Restless. Man, I keep forgetting the damn name. Oh no, the chat chopped off. I'll find it.
Oh no.
The great thing about Google.
Great googly moogly.
Don't forget, perfect sack to drain it regularly wins games. Yeah, I mean, I run mine. See, he was thinking in like his Najila brain, the infinite tokens that could then swing for infinite damage, whereas my loves Dina and has fun sacking shit brain automatically goes to when a creature dies, you lose 1 life. They lose 1 life, you gain 1 life, kind of thing. And Micaius and Triskelion is another fun old one from Andrew Wilkerson and Wilkinson. And yeah, I run similarly with my Heliod, because obviously Heliod and Triskelion and Heliod and Walking Ballista basically do the same thing. Just a little bit more efficiently because it fuels itself. But yeah, no, it's definitely a fun combo. Wow, this episode ended up going a lot longer than I
Yeah.
intended. Tatterfang and Pitless Plunderer from Andrew again, and then pay 2, sack a blood or a creature, and drain board for 2. Hey, I'm all about sacking things to make people die. So you're speaking my language. My Golgari Dina deck was one of my favorites, which I actually broke it and put it in Chatterfang. Hated it, and now I'm switching it back to Dina because squirrels are cool and all, but Dina be broken with pests. You looking something up, buddy?
Yeah, I was just reading through chat here.
Oh lordy!
Man,
I hope
Blue
everybody's
up
getting.
tonight. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping everybody. Well, it's been a lot of activity too with the Commander Death battles, which I appreciate everybody who's been commenting, and I love to argue with everybody on there. It's so much fun because like we posted Kirik, and Urza, which was the most controversial one so far of this bout.
Okay.
Run Dina and PEDH. What is PEDH? Did you mean CEDH, or is this like a meme like subsect?
Or is that Prosper? Or no,
No, it's
Proper?
Proper
Popper.
ED?
Popper.
Oh, Popper. Yeah, that makes sense.
Popper.
PEDH. Yeah, you were right, Popper.
I'm about to steps.
Don't read all if you don't want to. No, I'm not worried about it. I'll read it out loud if you want. It also
Ooh.
need Birthing Pod or Vivian of the Hunt. 3-drop. You sack the drop to Feldar Guardian, blink it, and then you have 2. Either of the 2 when you have from Pod or Vivian. Now since it's a new permanent, reactivate Pod. Oh, that's dope. Search for Karmic Guide, reanimate Feldar blinking your Pod. Option to sack Feldar again. Now search for Kiki, tap Kiki, target Karmic Guide, reanimate Feldar, and blink Kiki infinite 1/4.
That is
Fuck this game, dude.
Wow, that's one heck of a combo.
Dude, your fucking brainstem herniates whenever you run this shit. Oh my god.
Well, Andrew says Blood Chief Ascension and Mind Crank is fun and insane, really easy to do. Yeah, 2-card combo.
Vinicius. Read this. I have read this. Vinicius.
Vinicius.
Wow, we sound stupid.
Vinicius.
A 3-drop perfect pot effect. Dude,
My
that
inflection
combo
is off.
Yeah. I can't tell what he means.
Blood Chief. Yeah, I remember that one.
Dude, that combo though, right there, that's the name. Vinicius. We have to say it with the rhythm. Right there is that name. Dustin, dude, that combo though, that's pretty sick. I like that. That is that's very well thought out. That's the higher level of play that we were talking about earlier, because it's not Google a combo, fetch the cards, and then just slap them on the board and say I win.
Right.
This one takes moving parts, and at any point you can get interrupted, so you have to plan for those pieces, which is awesome. I really like that combo, man. Did add Heliod to my backup precon. That's just dirty. Half the infinite in the command zone. I have a mono white Heliod deck. I built it. I have a friend who runs mono white Heliod with the same infinites, and once I get my wedding ring, we wedding ring each other, and it's super fun.
Will you marry me? Yes.
Yeah.
Will you marry me? Yes.
Every time you do anything, I'm gonna gain stuff, and then because I gain stuff, you're gonna gain stuff. It's great. It's perfect for 2-headed.
Oh man, actually, that'd be really funny.
Yes, sir.
I have a land that can turn into a copy of an artifact I control.
Oh no. Timur Sabertooth Plux Dockside is also in there. Dude, your deck is fucking mean. I love it. Like I said, if you're ever in Florida, I would love to play. I think we plan on. I'm working. I actually have the order in my Amazon card. I just haven't bought it yet. for the camera apparatuses for us to play like a live game.
Yeah.
Which means we'll have to mind our P's and Q's. We have to make sure to use the stack in priority. Stage fright, right? But definitely, yeah, fuck you. Definitely excited to do that with you guys because it'll be way more fun with people talking shit in the chat. They're gonna be like, that's dumb. That's a bad card. You guys suck. And I'm gonna be like, I love you guys. Thank you. But
oh man,
I think that is probably it for tonight, y'all. I think this has been one of the more active chats we've had in our episodes. We do them every Wednesday, so we would love to see you guys on the next one. If you have any topic ideas, please DM one of us. I'll make sure that Tenchi is, which we go by our real names in the chat, but in the Tampa area, bro, I'll play with you 100%. DM me on the page. We'll figure out somewhere and we'll come play. Like, totally down. Vinicius, good night.
good night, guys.
But yeah, come see us Wednesday 8:30, and we'll definitely talk some more shit. If you have any suggestions for episodes, please send them to us, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Later.
Later.